What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to April Polish Pickup 2025. I am stoked for this month. This is one of the first, I guess, original type themes that we've done for Polish Pickup. Polish Pickup is celebrating 8 freaking years in doing this. I guess the anti-box, the anti you have to purchase a whole box type deal sort of thing. Super excited, and we also have a really interesting theme this month. You all voted and you chose to celebrate Polish Pickup's anniversary, our 8-year anniversary, and you chose celebrations. And in a little bit of an inside look into what's going on in the back end, makers were allowed to of course, do a celebration type theme if they wanted to. So, of course, we're going to see some really fun, brightly glitter colored crellies and things like that, lots of sparkles. But makers were also allowed to kind of interpret the theme they wanted to, which they always are. But they were allowed to take a best-selling polish from any time that they participated in the collab, and they could do a little bit of a different spin on it. So it's really interesting. Some makers took their bestseller and they added a magnetic effect or a reflective glitter sparkle or something like that. So it's kind of like if you loved a polish so much from a maker and you want the extra super special, there's something different with it type thing, you can do that. Or if you missed out, you could get this, I don't want to say brand new and improved type version, but you know, that's something there too. So I'm very excited. I love how much thought, I guess, for lack of better words, I was seeing in a lot of these inspirations from the makers. We've got so many pretty finishes. Another really good month where I feel like people brought their A game, and you'll see that because there's a lot of top picks again this month. I know last month was just super magical in itself. Celebrations for some people mean, you know, like a dimmer type of lighting situation with lots of sparkles. I'm thinking like a New Year's Eve type thing. Or to some people, it's super bright, summery type colors. And because it was interpreted differently, or even if they were doing a top seller, we just got such an array of pretty things. I'm super excited. I cannot wait. I have another pretty meaty sized video to share with you all. So before we get to the swatches, we're going to do the usual on my Polish Pickup videos. I have some housekeeping things that I'd like to go over with all of you. If you are new to the channel, if you're new to Polish Pickup and indie polish in general, hello and welcome. Polish Pickup, if you do not know, is a monthly collaboration featuring dozens of makers where the fans vote 2 months ahead of time for what theme you would like to see. The only fixed, I say fixed loosely, themed month is September, where we do our Halloween month, which is, in my opinion, always the best. This month is a little differently. I don't know, I dare say I'm kind of hoping maybe we can continue keeping April with the Polish Pickup celebrations anniversary type theme, but I don't know. I don't control any of the voting or the theme nominations or any of that. But if I did, I would probably keep this theme fixed for April because it is so good. And I don't know, the makers really brought it. Again, I am completely repeating myself, but it's a badass month. If you are, again, new to this, voting used to happen in the Polish Pickup Facebook group. We've kind of moved from that now, and we're kind of taking the website of polishpickup.com itself and turning it into its own type of loosely moderated type of forum sort of thing. You can go in there and create chat threads and stuff like that. It's really cool. So you don't have to have a Facebook account. You don't have to have Instagram or anything like that. You can just go straight to our website. So we moved voting over to that too. And this is like the first time this is really happening. So right now you're voting for June's theme. And we've got a couple of good themes going up for the nomination right now. I've gotten some feedback I've seen in the BST group, and then I've seen it, in some side chats, things like that, that you cannot see who's winning. Before, when it was on Facebook, you could see which theme was winning. And sometimes we had an influx of members coming into the Facebook group because we knew it was being discussed somewhere and that people wanted to sway the votes, that kind of thing. But this time it's completely anonymous. There's only one person in the Polish Pickup team that knows what is winning. No, it is not me. I'm not that special. Nobody knows. And it will be announced when it gets announced. So you can go onto the website if you wanted to vote for June's theme and just start participating that way. With that said, the Facebook groups themselves, I know it goes without saying, but just in case, the Facebook groups are not going anywhere. They are going to stick around. So don't worry about that. If that is, you're already in there and you're like, I don't want to move, stop it. Yes, they're not going anywhere. But again, vote on the website. The second order of business I would like to discuss with you all is I want to like bells and whistles and highlight and confetti, all that fun stuff, that Polish Pickup TV is going to have a new Meet the Maker episode. I'm kind of on the fence of whether or not I want to spoil on this video who I'm going to be interviewing this month. And in fact, I don't think I will. If you want to see who I'm going to be talking to, go over to, I guess, my description, the description on this video, and go to the link for Polish Pickup TV. I am the host on that channel. I run it for Polish Pickup. I'm not the polished mage over there. I'm just Trisha over there. And I'm conducting interviews and all kinds of things like that, and just kind of getting a feel for what I want to do with the channel. But for right now, every month on Wishlisting Sunday, I am interviewing a maker. And I have this entire year booked with people. So just stay tuned and all that fun stuff. So don't forget, this weekend on Sunday, go over to Polish Pickup TV and see who I'm interviewing, and you're really going to enjoy this one. This was a really fun interview, and just, I guess, a mild spoiler, for lack of better words, is the maker I'm speaking to is one of the polishes you will see in this video. It was kind of funny because I spoke to them, and then it was like a couple of days later, I was eyeballing the polish on this person's nail the entire time. But they were talking on the video, and I was just kind of like staring at like, that's a really pretty polish, and you know, their hands are waving all around. But anyways, I'm not going to spoil it, but you will see the polish swatched in this video. But you can also hear the maker's thoughts on how that polish was created and all that fun stuff. And go subscribe over there too. So my next order of business, we have another giveaway for this month. I did have a question on another video, and I figured since this is the episode monthly that gets the most hits on the channel, I figured I would answer it here in the best way. I was asked on my 7K giveaway video that was posted several months ago when I did the Lurid Lacquer collaboration and stuff. P.S. That duo is going to be launching next month, or rather this month, depending on what day I get this video out, in April. Very excited about that. Anyways, one of the commenters had asked me, when do you do giveaways? Well, I do giveaways typically when I hit milestones for the channel. And then I also do them every month on the polish pickup videos too. In terms of like actual like nail polish giveaway stuff, we hit 8K, 8,000 subscribers on the channel. And it was really shortly after I did the 7K giveaway video. And it was just, it just kind of happened, and I was like, holy crap, it happened. I haven't had a chance to really reach out to any maker or collaborate with them on possibly another custom, if that's what you guys want to see. I guess we could whip up an 8K giveaway. I think I could do that. I'm always so grateful that anybody wants to freaking watch me and hear me yammer about nail polish, but I could absolutely do that. So let me know, I guess, in the comment section who you'd like me to see if I can get a collab going and maybe make that a thing. Yeah, I'm incredibly grateful. I didn't think we'd get here. To answer your question, maybe I will get one going soon. I feel like a deer in the headlights. I didn't think that would happen. Anyways, so back to the polish pickup giveaway. Every month on my PPU videos, I do have a sponsored giveaway through Polish Pickup where I choose 10 random winners through the comment section of these videos, just using I moved over because comments went over I think 400 or 500, so I started using a different one. It's like comment generator, it's something like that, but it's a lot easier, and I can just literally tell it, pick me 10 winners off this video. Anyways, I use a random thingy like that to choose my winners. And I have the giveaway usually if I am on top of things. Let me get my phone out so I can look at the calendar. We're going to have the giveaway going this month. That is calculator. We want calendar. We're going to have the giveaway going until Tuesday. I'm on time, knock on wood right now. So we'll have it going per usual the Tuesday before the shop opens. So April 1st, April Fool's Day. Maybe I'll get an April Fool's video going. I missed it last year. I was really bummed. We were so busy, but maybe I'll get something silly for you all on Tuesday as well. We have 500 videos. I have 500 videos to do next week because everyone's launching collections over the next 2 weeks. So I don't know. I want to get an April Fool's video out. Maybe I'll sneak it in there and you won't know if I'm being funny or not. But anyways, I have a very dry sense of humor. The giveaway is going to run until April 1st at 6 p.m. Central Time. My oldest is currently actively in baseball, so I don't think there's a game or a practice on Tuesday, but if there is or is not, I will do a pinned comment if I'm like, oh, I'm still in the fields or whatever, but I will do my best to keep it around that time or update you all if I'm wrong on the schedule. But I will choose 10 of you through that random comment generator picker thing, and we will give out 10 $10 PPU gift codes. All you have to do is email me back if I reply to your comment and or you are on my list of people in the pinned comment at that time on Tuesday, April Fool's Day. As for those of you who won my giveaway for my March 2025 polish pickup video, I like to shame those of you who entered my giveaway and you did not respond back to me. This month we have quite a few of you actually. If you are on this list, that's going to start somewhere around my head here. Shame on you. You have to come to the principal's office and you have to do 400 Saturdays of detention and get your gift code from me. Just kidding. If you're here, make sure to email me, please, thepolishedmage@hotmail.com so I can get you your gift code and you could possibly use it for this coming shop. So if you are a Nam Chara 2024, I think I probably said that correctly. If you are Jennifer Johnson 5821, if you are Lucky Yuki, if you are Chickadee 12, if you are Shauna Smith 6259, if you are Tiffany Luvenia 4220, and if you are Lady Night Fury, that's a cool name, you are in so much in trouble. Just email me, thepolishedmage@hotmail.com so I can get your code to you. The codes themselves don't expire, so it's okay. Just feel free to email me so you can do that. The rest of you, leave a comment on this video. All I ask is that you keep it kind to yourself, to one another, to me. I do have a very, very hard exterior. I'm a bit of a cinnamon roll on the inside, but I can handle nonsense. But I want this channel to be a safe, welcoming space for people to interact with one another, share the love of polish, that type of thing, and just keep it friendly and nice and sweet. And this is a unicorn farting rainbows channel. So with that said, this intro is long as hell to begin with, so I'm going to go ahead and dive into the swatches, get comfy cozy, and without further ado, let's dive right in. Kicking this party off with Ahmya Cosmetics. This is a Slice of the Party, described as a flake bomb on a semi-sheer red tint base. This one's inspired by a chocolate cake loaded with sprinkles of all colors. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of 250 bottles. I absolutely agree with that official description. This is on the sheer side. It's a true sheer polish. And what's going to build you up to opacity are those flakes. I do appreciate flakes like this. As a flake picky person, I like when they behave like gold foil and they just kind of stick to the nail in a very thin type of manner. This would give you that mylar type appearance and it's very pretty in person. I think that the tint itself is quite warm. So if you're warm like me, it's going to pull quite red against you. I'm going to suggest 3 coats and a glossy top coat. Baroness X Empty Orchestra is a purple to pink shifting shimmer base with lime aqua blue magnetic. This one is an ode to their bestseller Octo Alien. This one's inspired by karaoke. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 300 bottles. MD Orchestra has a wonderful, smooth, metallic feel on application. I'm going to urge you to go up to 3 light coats with this. Those of you rocking shorties, maybe 2 normal coats, but I just like that 3 thin coat to build up as much magnetic pigment as possible. It looks really cool unmagnetized, but magnetized, it is so magical and popping and lots of movement. I will suggest a good glossy top coat because this will dry down quite flat. BCB brings us a beautiful neon. This is Beyond the Sunsets Leads My Way, described as an orange coral neon Crelly base with a purple to pink shimmer. This one's inspired by celebrating making it through another day. Amen to that. This is $13.75 with a cap of 600 bottles. Beyond the Sunsets has a stellar formula to it. 2 coats was all I needed and a glossy top coat because neons tend to dry down very matte-like. And in case this gets skewed, this is a true orange coral neon. It is stunning and you need it for summer. It's one of my top picks this month. Beaux Rêves Stargazer Lily is a chameleon magnetic flake that shifts purple, blue, magenta, and it has a base of red, golden, orange. This one's inspired as a partner polish to their best seller, Blooming Azalea. Price is $12.50 and there's no cap. Very much like Blooming Azalea, this is so interesting. It's very ghostly, and when you magnetize it, it has a soft magnetic feel to it, very, very much like its companion polish. This is beautiful, unmagnetized and magnetized, and it is so unique. I have never seen a polish really like this, especially with these color shifts, and it did earn a top spot as one of my top picks this month. I'm going to strongly suggest you go up to 3 coats and a glossy top coat. Both the Beaux Rêves, and I didn't mention it on the Baroness X, but both of these magnetics were very quick to snap to on my magnet, so I would classify them both as being user-friendly. Cadillacquer Eerie Silence is a blackened eggplant when cold to a turquoise when warm thermal with red, orange, yellow iridescent flakes. This one's inspired after their best seller Eerie. Price is $14 and there's a cap of 635 bottles. Eerie Silence is beautiful. I loved Eerie, the original one. I can see why Eerie was a top seller, and this one's got those gorgeous warm flakes that behave nice and flat on the nail. It did give me a touch of texture, so you might want to use a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat together to smooth it out, plump it up. This is beautiful, and I love thermals that have a strong contrast between the warm and cold states. Chameleon has Sparkle of Thanks. This is a thermal that goes from black when cold to colorless when warm, filled with black flakes, iridescent flakes in pink and gold, and it's finished off with small, sparkly golden holographic glitter. This one is a reinterpretation of her first polished pickup, Polish, Cat in the Cradle. This one's $13.75 with a cap of 300 bottles. Sparkle of Thanks has a standard type of Crelly formula to it. I thought 2 coats was the best, and the warm state is what I would classify more as being a milkier type of somewhat clear. That said, I think 2 coats, a glitter smoother, and a glossy top coat was perfect. Colors de Carol Power Number is a crackle topper that has a teal multichrome with green to blue shifting shimmer. This one's inspired after metallic party balloons. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of 250 bottles. This is a stunning crackle. I'm not usually one for crackle finishes per se. I feel like this one was very well done. True to crackle finishes, go in thin to make the most dramatic crackle across the nail, and you'll want to use a glitter smoother and glossy top coat because this will dry down really matte in a harsh type of way. Cracked Polish brings us home by 9. This is a light, airy pink with pink flakes, reflective glitter, and soft blue aurora shimmer. This one's inspired after appreciating being home early from the party. I could definitely get on that bus. This one's $13 with a cap of 1,000 bottles. Home by 9 has a somewhat Crelly formula to it. It's a touch heavy in terms of how it applies to the nail. Polishes like this, I tend to go in just a touch heavy-handed and really spread it like butter on hot toast, and I'm good to go. I thought 3 thin coats popped the best on my huge nails. Those of you rocking shorties, you might be able to get away with 2 coats. Because it dries down quite harsh, you might want to use a glitter smoother just to help out your glossy top coat if it's on the thin side. Crystal Knockout Fly Owl is a strawberry pink to white thermal with red and pink hearts, pink and blue stars, pink dots, and smaller red hex glitters. This one's inspired by merging of their two bestsellers in Polish Pickup, the Polish Astrology Owl and 25 Fly. This one's 13 with no cap. This has a heavy, heavy jelly formula to it. The glitters are perfectly suspended throughout the bottle, but they are of the heavier side. And given that we have a super viscous feel to the formula, I feel like on the second coat, I had to overwork it a touch and just kind of be a bit of a control freak, which is how I tend to do on big chunky glitters like this. That said, it's pretty user-friendly. I didn't have a problem with it, say, drying down quickly while I was trying to work on the second coat here. So just be mindful of that, especially if you have wide load nails like myself, or you are like me and you are very insistent on having perfect glitter coverage to make sure that everything applies in a very even way across your nail. Now the blue stars here, I did fish out of the neck of the bottle. I just wanted to note that I didn't have any issues getting an array of, say, blue glitters and the other colors on my other nails. It always feels like my swatch video nail is always the one that my brush starts to get, I guess, shy. I don't know. You will 100,000% need a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat together to smooth this one out. I felt like after that second coat dried down, before I went in with my glitter smoother, I kind of dabbed down the tacky layer of the polish to kind of help smooth out those glitters, if that makes sense. Cupcake polish brings us Wonder. This is a blue jelly polish filled with blue to green iridescent Aurora shimmer and red iridescent Aurora flakes. This one's $13.50 with no cap. Wonder is what I would classify as a true jelly formula. If you wanted to stop at 2 coats, I could absolutely see that working. But if you are like me and you like that thicker appearance, that third coat works as well. So your preference on that. This will have that nice almost foil type effect from the shimmer going throughout it. And I would suggest possibly using a glitter smoother with your glossy top coat if your top coat tends to be on the thinner side. So your preference on that. It's not thirsty or textured, but it has a pretty harsh dry down because of all that beautiful shimmer going throughout it. Cuticula's Fairycore is a soft violet base with a strong sparkling aqua green blue purple shifting shimmer. This one's inspired by celebrating all things fairy tale. Price is $14 and there's no cap. We have a fantastic, stunning shimmer, and it's got that harsh type of dry down and application because it's so packed full of shimmer. I don't mean that in a bad way at all. I personally like it when I get just a little bit of, I guess, texture, for lack of better words, in a way that it helps me get that next coat on and build it up in a thicker way, if that makes sense. This is soft how it is in opacity, so you may want to use a blurring base if you have a super prominent free edge. I personally didn't have that problem at 3 normal coats and a glossy top coat. Dom Pinkies Up is a blackened purple base with flakes that shift from pink, orange to gold and light blue reflective glitters. This one's inspired by a fancy schmancy drink to celebrate all of life's best moments. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of 500 bottles. Pinkies Up is a fantastic reflective glitter finish. It is true jelly in that it's going to be drastically different, in my opinion, if you stop at 2 coats. Now I want to bells and whistles highlight, if you are going to apply this like yours truly, please go in super thin. Reflective glitter polishes, you need to save yourself some room in terms of thickness to use a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat to smooth it out. This is very sparkly and is so very pretty. I almost feel like it's pulling quite navy blue with a strong purple undertone against myself. Danglefoot's Steve, It's Time to Celebrate, is a charcoal jelly base with red, green, blue, purple metallic flakes and reflective glitter. This one's inspired by Steve the Monkey from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and his exploding Celebrate box. This one's $13.50 with a cap of 250 bottles. Time to Celebrate is one of those really pretty type of, it looks like an explosion of confetti on your nails. It's quite metallic on those flakes. They're of the smaller particle size, and I had no issues with them coming out of the bottle. You're going to get a really dense type of finish. That said, I will also strongly suggest going up to 3 super thin coats with this. You can stop at 2 normal coats, but I personally want to maximize glitters, flakes like this, of that nature. So again, you will also need a glitter smoother with this. Dreamland's Celebrate Good Times. This is another one of my top picks this month. This is a periwinkle base stuffed with blue to violet shimmer. This one's inspired by the cover of the 12-inch single of Celebration by Kool and the Gang. Price is $13.50, and there's a cap of 500 bottles. Dreamland Lacquer, every polish that she puts out like this, I will forever be a massive fan of and hoard it to myself. This is gorgeous. I do agree with the official description. I can see where there's a periwinkle base, but the shimmer itself is being one of those little chameleon minx types things. Please refer to my full hand shot here for color accuracy. Medium to deep skin tones, this is going to be stunning against your skin. It is fantastic. Honestly, I think it's universally flattering across the board. I cannot rave about this enough. Do 3 thin coats and go light on your brush strokes to prevent any potential streaking. Ethereal Lacquer Coffee Storm is a brown base with nice strong blue shimmer going throughout it. At the time I'm voicing this over, I do not have the official description in front of me here yet, but that's okay. This is a new take on their bestseller Coffee Cloud, and it is glorious. This is another type of neutral base. If you are a fan of any of Ethereal's coffee polishes, grab them if you're a shimmer lover. The contrast between the brown base and the blue shimmer is magical. It has a creamy smooth formula. I'm going to suggest 2 coats and a glossy top coat. Glam Polish brings us Equestria Explosion. This is a clear base with neon and rainbow glitter mix and a hint of aurora shimmer. This one's inspired by My Little Pony Friendship Celebration. Price is $14, and there's a cap of 250 bottles. This is another one of my top picks this month. If you watched my Glam Polish video last week, I did mention this polish, and I'm super excited to be able to present it to you all. This is gorgeous. This is like, to me, if I had to describe it, I would say it's Lisa Frank just barfed on my nails. It's very pretty, and it's got that super neon speckled appearance that I always associate with Lisa Frank. Now, I'll suggest 3 light coats to build it up to wear it by itself like this. But you can, of course, use this as a topper too. But I don't know, this is so fun alone. And you don't really need, say, a blurring base or anything, because the shimmer in the backdrop kind of helps to blur your visible nail line if you have one. This is another one you will need a glitter smoother with. Glisten Glow Jubilee is a vibrant medium teal crelly base loaded with glitter in various shapes and sizes in shades of periwinkle, blue, dark berry, navy blue, teal, and purple. This one's inspired after a celebration of old school glitter crellies. Yes, ma'am. This one's $13.50 with no cap. I so love this inspiration, and I'm here for it because back in the day, there was a hot minute where this was like the hot thing in indie polish. Jubilee has a beautiful, creamy, smooth formula. 2 coats is all you need. It packs a punch in smoothness and opacity. And speaking of glitter smoothing top coats, Glisten Glow is offering up their glitter grabber this month. If you are new to indie polish, this is a must-have product. I know some brands offer their own types of this. Glisten Glows is a fantastic one. I can safely say I have gone through so many bottles of this. So thank you, Jill, for allowing me to review it and add another bottle to my little dragon's hoard here, because I go through these so much. What you do is you let your polish dry down to a pretty tacky type of dry down, and then you're going to apply a coat of glitter grabber. Just go in like a normal top coat, and then you're going to let it dry down. I'm going to say 5 to 6 minutes, a little bit longer than, say, your quick dry glossy top coat. You want it to get decently tacky and then finish with your top coat of choice. Any type of top coat. I mean, you can do matte top coat or you can do a glossy top coat and you're good to go. There's like a 95% chance this is the glitter smoother that I'm using in most of my videos. 10 out of 10 recommend. Glisten Glow is also bringing us a cuticle remover and oil duo. This is $12.50 with no cap. The cuticle remover itself is unscented, and the cuticle oil this month is in the scent Pineapple Whipped Dreams. The cuticle oil scent is very fresh pineapple to my nose, just straight up pineapple goodness. Now, when you use the cuticle remover, I tend to go in a touch ham, a little heavy, if you will. At the time I was recording this little part here, my hands were so dry. It's baseball season for my oldest, and I'm like most of the time outside with him trying to help train, and my hands are a hot mess. So I apply liberally. Please note, you want to kind of handle it a little better than what I'm doing here. You want to avoid it getting on your skin. It's not going to hurt you if you do. I'm very eczema prone, especially on my hands, and this has never broken me out. So I just wanted to really highlight that there. You want to get it slathered onto your cuticle, mostly on your nail itself. You're going to let it sit for 60 seconds. Then you're going to use any type of pushback tool of your choice. I use the glass cuticle stick that was sent to me from a Polish Pickup. It was gifted to me. You can really use anything. You can use one of those little cuticle pushers. I call them shovels. You can use that, whatever. I go through and I just clean it up. I gently rub up against my skin and it does the work for me. Now, when you're finished, you're going to go in and just use regular soap and water. And I tend to use a little cheapy nail brush and just get all that excess out, wash it off really well. Pat dry. I like to take a towel and kind of push back my cuticles one more time when I'm in the drying process. And then I liberally apply cuticle oil to my nails and I'm good to go. If you have any type of free edge of some sort and you're trying to get some length to your nails, cuticle oil is a must. You want your natural nails to be a little bendy. It will help the grow out process and it'll also protect you from any potential breaks if you tend to be rough on your hands. I know I'm a bit of a hypocrite as I haven't been taking care of my natural nails as much as I should be the last couple of weeks, but life's been busy and it is what it is. Great Lakes Lacquer Lost in the Darkness is a thermal that shifts a midnight blurple that transitions over to a grayed out lavender with a shimmer that shifts from purple to red to gold. This one's inspired by celebrating Polish Pickup by choosing a theme that Mariah missed out on. So she chose Legends and Fables. This one's 14 and there's no cap. Bells and whistles want to highlight again the little specks that you're seeing in the polish of this. This will be corrected. Mariah has sent out to her swatchers that your bottle that you purchase will be perfect and not have that issue. Lost in the Darkness has a creamy, smooth, ultra opaque formula. I'm going to suggest 2 coats and a glossy top coat to plump it up and smooth it out as it dries on quite flat with how much shimmer is loaded into it. Hearts and Promises Disco Ball is a holographic base with silver holographic pigments, silver reflective glitter, silver holographic micro glitters, and some holographic silver flakes. This one's inspired after Celebrations. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of 300 bottles. Disco Ball is one of my top picks this month. It is gorgeous. It's super sparkly. And it's one of those polishes that I can see just reaching for in general whenever you want to have something extra on your nails. And in my opinion, silver nails goes with a ton of different outfits. I will suggest 3 coats and a glossy top coat. Those of you who have a somewhat thinner glossy top coat, you may want to finish with a glitter smoother just to help it out. And the more glossy your nails are with finishes like this, the more sparkly it's going to be. Gin and Berries Carved in Milestones. Speaking of another top pick, this is a lightly violet tinted linear holographic base with bronze gold green multi-chrome shimmer. This is inspired after the traditional 8th anniversary gift of bronze. This is $13.50 with a cap of 400 bottles. If Jen could make us an entire collection of different types of polishes like this with like a metallic shimmer holographic with a color coordinated base, I would so be here for it. Carved in Milestones has a fantastic opacity. I'm going to suggest 2 normal or 3 thin coats, and it dries down like a chrome finish. So use a plumping glossy top coat. This is Chef's Kiss in the sunlight, and then in dim light, it's got the gorgeous shifty chrome shimmer. Kathleen & Co. brings us Sky Beyond the Cherry Blossoms. This is an orchid pink base with glowy blue to purple shifting shimmer and holographic flakes. This one is inspired after an image of blue skies behind cherry blossom trees. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of 600 bottles. I would classify this one as being a jelly in that depending on if you stop at the 2nd or 3rd coat, it's going to be pretty different and deepen out that base color. But it applies quite plump, almost like a crelly. So I will suggest your preference on if you want to stop at 2 or 3 coats. I personally thought that 3rd thin coat worked the best on my huge nails and finish with a glossy top coat. KBShimmer's After Party is so fun. This one is a crisp white jelly base with an array of metallic glitters in pink, copper, chartreuse, aqua, and purple hex glitters in extra small to medium sizes and accentuated with micro slices and coordinated colors. This one's inspired by, you guessed it, confetti and streamers. Price is $13 with no cap. After Party has a fantastic light formula to it. I'm going to suggest going in with 3 super thin coats or possibly using a white blurring base or a white base and 2 thin coats. Your preference on that. It builds up perfectly by itself. It has a really creamy, smooth formula. Just be mindful of any potential streaking and go in light on your brush strokes and go in thin. Use a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. Lumen Magic Frog is a metallic magnetic polish saturated with green to blue to indigo large particle shimmer, inspired after their most beloved polish pickup shade, Glass Frog. Price is $13 and there is no cap. Magic Frog is another one of my top picks this month. It is beautiful. And if you have the original Glass Frog, you know that that one is on the more sheer side in terms of how it builds up. Magic Frog, because it's, I'm going to have to guess, got that metallic type of magnetic pigment in it, it builds up really well to opacity. So some of you rocking shorties, you might be able to get away with 2 coats. I personally like to have lots of pigment on my nails, so I did 3 thin coats and a glossy top coat. This is also very user-friendly and it snaps to on my magnet very easily. Lurid, again, another top pick. Diaphanous Dreams is a clear base packed with iridescent flakes that shift blue to purple to pink and to orange and gold at extreme angles, and chartreuse light reflective glitter. This one's inspired after a celebration of one of Karen's favorite indie finishes, iridescent flakes with reflective glitter. This one's $14.50 with a cap of 1,000 bottles. This is beautiful and it's such an interesting, I'm going to say in my eyes, it's like a kiwi type of green and it's so pretty and flattering. It's just an unusual type of green color. I think this is going to pop mostly on medium to deep skin tones, and I'm going to toot my own horn here. I thought it looked fantastic against my skin tone. I'm going to suggest 2 coats, a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. This is one of those reflective glitters that sparkles all the time. MJ Lacquer Sparkle and Shine is a crackle multi-chrome topper that shifts red, purple, green to copper, highlighted with purple reflective glitters and gold holographic micro glitter. This one is $13.50 with a cap of $2.50, and it's inspired after Polish Pickup's Polish Party. Sparkle and Shine has a fantastic formula with it, and it's quite multi-chrome. This is a crackle polish, so as I mentioned on the Coloristic Carol, you'll want to use a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. I zoomed in here because I felt like against the black base, it was being pretty shy, and I wanted to make sure you saw it's there in person and quite shifty and super, super sparkly. Monarch Lacquer Candles in Chaos is a cobalt blue base loaded with color shifting glass flake that shifts teal, green, yellow, and pink. This one's inspired after too many candles on a birthday cake. Price is $13.50 and there is no cap. That's why at the point of my age, I tend to want those super fun, ridiculous, obnoxious like flower candles. So you don't have to sit here and put that many candles on the cake. Anyways, Candles in Chaos has a true jelly formula. And I want to highlight here, I went back and I re-swatched this because I didn't like how my first set of photos came out. So I'm going to just disclaimer here. This is beautiful. It is one of my top picks this month too. You'll need to apply this carefully because the flakes are so ridiculously chunky and delicious. Do 1 thin coat and then 1 coat on top of that that's slightly heavy-handed, and just manipulate the flakes where you want them. That way you don't have over buildup. Finish with the glitter smoothing top coat and it's as perfect as you see on my full hand shot there. Night Owl Lacquers Spicy is a dark green base filled with glowy fuchsia pink gold green shifting shimmer. This is inspired after an alternate version of Jalapeno Face. I love that color. This is $13 with no cap. Spicy has a just flat out say it is a jalapeno green base. It's so fun. And as you build it up, it's going to be pretty different whether you stop at 2 or 3 coats. It's got a softer type of formula, so I chose to take it to 3 coats and a glossy top coat. And it was perfect. If you like pruglies that are actually pretty, in my opinion, don't come for me for that. You definitely want to grab this one. Painted Polish Cake Crush is a hot pink jelly base with gold and turquoise metallic flakes, and it has pink orange color shifting iridescent flakes. Cake Crush is a jelly formula, but it has a almost heavy type of viscosity to it. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's very smooth on application, and it gives you this really fun confetti-like appearance by the second coat. So for a jelly polish, it is quite opaque. I do not recommend going up to a 3rd coat. You're going to have too much polish and over buildup on your nails. I did use a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat because those flakes will give you a touch of texture and thirstiness. Pampered Polishes Cinco de Mayo is a black base with an array of colorful flakes inspired by its namesake. Price is $13 and there's no cap. Cinco de Mayo is what I would classify as being a true jelly base in that it's going to be very, very different. whether you stop at 2 or 3 coats. In my opinion, I would use a blurring base of some sort, or even just a straight up black cream and do 2 coats over that if you're wanting that more in your face type of appearance. Otherwise, 3 light coats and a glossy top coat works. You might want to use a glitter smoother because the flakes are that metallic heavy type and they'll give you just a touch of thirstiness and texture. So your preference on how you want to wear it. Paradox Polish Celebrate Good Times is a pink curly with black metallic flake and iridescent flakes. This one's inspired after Cole and the Gang. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of 300 bottles. This has a fantastic curly formula to it. It applies like an ultra smooth cream on the nail. It is really pretty. And despite it being what I would classify as a warm type of pink, I still thought it popped pretty well against my skin tone. So medium to deep skin tones, if you're curious about this one, I wouldn't necessarily shy away from it. As you can see on my full hand shot, I'm tooting my own horn here. I thought it looked very pretty on me. You'll need a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat in tandem to smooth this one out. Rogue Lacquer, You're Invited, is a neon turquoise aqua jelly base with blue to green glass flakes, magenta and black metallic flakes, and it's a cousin to their bestseller Poison Apple. Price is $13 and there is no cap. You're Invited has a heavy, flaky type of jelly finish to it. I think my second coat gives you a good example of that. Go in super thin as a foundation on your first coat, and on the second coat, go in normal. The flakes are quite dense, so you'll kind of need to, move them around and manipulate them a little bit if you need to get that nice opaque look across the nail. I don't suggest going past 2 coats. You're going to have too much polish on the nails, and finish with a glitter smoother and glossy top coat. Royla Cheesecake and Candlelight is an orchid pink base with gold shimmer. This one's inspired after an episode on the Golden Girls. Price is $13.75 and there is no cap. Cheesecake and Candlelight is so glowy good on the nail. It is one of my top picks this month too. It is so very flattering, and it's interesting because the base color itself is what I would see as being a more cooler type of orchid pink, which is one of my favorite polished colors. And the shimmer, yes, it warms it up. And even though I'm warm, I still thought it looked beautiful against myself. So again, medium to deep skin tones, this might be one that you want to visit too. I'll suggest 2 coats. It builds up fantastic in opacity. Go in light on your coats to prevent any potential streaking, and a glossy top coat. Sassy Sauce Confetti Cannon is a blue when cold to colorless when warm thermal with black and glowy ghost flakes. This one's inspired by its namesake. Price is $13.50 and there's a cap of 500 bottles. The Sassy Sauce this month is another one of my top picks. I know there's a ton this month, but hear me out. The thermal properties are very contrasting. It's super obvious. It's got a creamy, smooth formula. 2 coats and a glossy top coat is all you need. And in person, the iridescent flakes give a strong rainbow effect against both cold and warm states. Sweetheart Polish Today and Tomorrow is a juicy berry pink jelly base with orange to pink to magenta shifting shimmer with pink reflective glitter and a splash of hollow. This one's inspired by hot pink roses. Price is $13 and there's a cap of 250 bottles. Today and Tomorrow is I do agree with that, jelly type of base, but it is quite heavy in terms of opacity, so it's quick to build up. I think some of you may be able to stop at 2 coats, your preference. I personally liked that third thin coat to kind of plump it up even further. This will dry down quite flat in a metallic type sense because it's got so much shimmer going on throughout it. So I will suggest a thicker glossy top coat. Tyler's Trinkets Polish Party is a sheer pearl base packed with metallic silver sparkles, green, teal, blue, purple, gold shifting shimmer, and pink to purple to blue to gold multi-chrome flakes. This one's $12.50 with a cap of 250 bottles. Polish Party is very pretty, and it is quite chrome-like in how it builds up. I'm going to suggest 2 normal or 3 thin coats. I personally, again, liked that third thin coat to plump it up further. This will dry down quite flat, so also you'll want to use a thicker glossy top coat of some sort to help, again, plump it up as it is very chrome-like in nature. And we're going to wrap this up with a quick Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. Ahmya Cosmetics Slice of the Party is absolutely a topper, just be mindful of the red tint. Baroness X, in my opinion, is a touch too opaque, and that's not a bad thing. BCB is too neon. You are wasting your time and not doing it justice. Beaux Rêves also works pretty well as a topper too. It looks really cool over black. Cadillacquer is a thermal. I personally don't recommend toppering this one, the warm and cold states respectively. It just doesn't need it. It's too creamy smooth in general. Chamaeleon works as a topper, but the warm state itself is quite cloudy and milky, so you just want to be mindful of that. You can put this over a cream color of some sort, but again, it'll be very milk-like. Cracked works very well over black. I can see that getting toppered pretty well. Crystal Knockout works sort of. I just think it's too opaque, and given the heavier glitters here, I personally wouldn't recommend it. Cupcake works well, but I think it's a little too opaque, and again, that's not a bad thing. Cuticula works beautifully as a topper. I think matchy match colors will work best. Dom, in my opinion, works over black, and that's probably about it. Danglefoot also works too. You'll just need to go in real thin. The Dreamland is stunning over black, but I can't see it working over really any other color. Ethereal looks cool over black, but your preference on that as it's very cream-like. The Glam, as I previously mentioned, works as a topper. I think you can go real crazy with this one. Jubilee is too creamy. I think you're kind of wasting your time. The Great Lakes, same thing. It is too opaque in how it applies. So even the warm state is not going to work as a topper. Hearts and Promises, if you go in light-handed, I think you can kind of get this one to work. Gin and Berries, yeah, over black it looks fine, but I personally think it's too opaque. Kathleen and Co., if you did red and pinks and mauves, I think you got something to work with there. The KBShimmer is too much like a cream. I personally wouldn't recommend it outside of white. Lumen, Magic Frog, works very well, especially over dark colors. The Lurid also works, but personally, I would only recommend doing this over various shades of green and black. The Monarch is amazing over black, but it's really tinted, so outside of blue and black, I can't see it happening. The Night Owl also works too, very much like a true multi-chrome finish. The Painted Polish, in my opinion, is too opaque, and the Pampered Polishes only works over black, in my opinion. Paradox is quite heavy in how it applies like acrylic, so I wouldn't recommend it. Rogue does work over black and maybe green and blue. Royla looks amazing over black, but I think you could probably just stop here and matchy match base colors. The Sassy Sauce, like the other thermals this month, I personally wouldn't recommend it. I think the warm state itself is more of a white, milky white base, so I wouldn't do it. Sweetheart looks really cool over black. I could see Deep Berries working too. And Tyler's Trinkets, I think you could topper this over pretty much any color, and it will be a really cool chrome-like topper. So that is it for the polish offerings for this month. I have two non-polish items to show off to you all. The first one is BCB Lacquers. We have one of her monstrosity cuticle pens here. It is, I'm always talking about these on quite a few of the collab videos, and they're awesome. They're huge, and it's like comically huge. They always aggressively attack me whenever I am opening them. So I always anticipate that they're going to do that when I open them. They are, again, 6 milliliters of cuticle oil. And this month we have the scent Cheers. You know, you'd think at this point I would just have it pre-opened, knowing that I was going to face record. And I never do that because that would be really prepared. And it's apparently just like against my nature to do anything non-procrastinating, not flying by the seat of my pants or anything like that. So anyways, Cheers is, let's see, I feel like Brittany's like, I'm going to make sure my pens attack you. Oh, it came out very nicely. It didn't aggressively come out and attack me. I'm just going to put some on right here. I need to do maintenance on my nails per usual. It is Friday, so I'm going to do that later. But in the meantime, my nails look really crusty. I was running around all day today. It was my 3-year-old's annual checkup. So lots of washing my hands because as a formerly trained microbiologist, I know germs, and I'm not here for any ickies. So I'm putting this on my cuticles real quick here, just kind of rub it in. And the smell. Okay, so if I have my have my hands closer to my face, I can definitely smell it. Off the bat, it's like a peach or an apricot. Peachy apricot. It's like a very, that might be a peach, or it might be a peach and an apricot as the top notes. If somebody ever saw me outside my window on a camera smelling my fingers, they would probably never speak to me, and I try to be nice to my neighbors. Anyways, I'm getting fruity stuff, and then it's kind of effervescent, and then there's probably like a zest of lime. It's like a bubbly wine is what I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess it's a bubbly wine. Let's see. I was correct. It is. I'm gonna say this so wrong. Brittany, why would you have me say this out loud? Tempranillo wine, if I'm saying that. Apricot, mulled wine, red currant, fig, sage, cedarwood, vanilla, and oak barrel. Very fruity. That apricot is there. It's like an apricot wine, as if I would have to describe it. And there, it doesn't say anything about effervescence on here, but it smells like wine, like a nice, bubbly, fresh, crispy wine. It makes me want a glass of wine really bad. That is the scent. If that is up your alley, you're going to want to grab this along with your polish pickup order. Again, these are awesome, and you can put them in your purse, in your laptop bag, and whatever. I have these all over the place. I love maintenance items like that. So it soaks into your nails really quickly. I think the first ingredient on it is jojoba oil, I think. Yes, it is. Jojoba oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, avocado oil, almond oil, tea tree oil, and skin-safe fragrances. So again, you can grab this on your order. And then the other non-polish item I have to sniff test for you all is, you know what's coming at this point, KBShimmer's Sugar Scrub. This month we have a scent that is right up my alley. I did open it up already. Sometimes I'm face recording for polish pickup and stuff, and I haven't done photos yet, but I've done all of my polish pickup photos already. So I have opened it and I did smell it. It is so good. It looks like this. Yours might come a little more rounded on top. I kind of slurried up a little bit for my photos, but it is pink this month. And slice of cake off the bat is just, it's so bakery. It's very much a vanilla-ish type of scent. There is an almost fruit type of smell to it, but to me, it's very fresh, very vanilla. Like the mostly I'm getting is like a bakery type of vanilla and perhaps a little bit of strawberry in there. It's so good. So good. If you love bakery, you know, confetti cake type of smells, that is like one of my number one things. I want to smell like a cake at all times. If anyone has any, I've been on a perfume kick trying to find the perfect birthday cake perfume. If you have any recommendations, I want to hear it. But if that's up your alley like me, you're going to want to get this. I'm definitely, again, getting some strawberry to it. Strawberry, and then there's cake and some vanilla going on there. Let me look up the official scent description, scent notes. Sweet, buttery scent of frosting at the top, warm vanilla, and just lots of bakery notes of cake. I absolutely agree with that. This is absolutely a bakery smell. But I do. I feel like there's maybe it is just the icing, but I almost feel like there is like a really subtle, fruity, kind of almost strawberry smell, but it's cake. It's wonderful, fantastic vanilla cake. Again, I like it a lot. I love it a lot. KBShimmer's sugar scrubs that are like bakery scented are my freaking jam. You can use them on your hands. You can use them on your feet. You can use them in the shower. If you use it in the shower, just a precautionary note, it does have a ton. It's oil-based sugar scrub. So just be mindful of your tub being slippery or anything when you're finished. Make sure to give it a good rinse and hang on to the sidewall when you are rinsing so you don't trip or anything like that. Use a popsicle stick or a plastic spoon, your choice of anything like that. I just highly recommend doing that if you're going to use it in the shower so you don't get any water inside your sugar scrub jar and then it kind of gets a little grimy. It still works because I've done that a couple of times, especially when you have a 2-year-old or 3, he's 3 now, that likes to smell these so much during bath time. But anyways, so just keep it clean if you want to do it that way. And yeah, they're fantastic. It's like a 30-second mani on your hands if you want to do a quick scrub. It's one of the things I do if my hands are looking super crusty, I need to swatch. I will do a sugar scrub and just kind of gently pat my skin, let it calm down. It leaves you very nice and soft and moisturized. If you use it in the shower like me, you don't need to use lotion afterwards. At least I don't, because it leaves you so deliciously moisturized and like an almost oily type of way, but not in a bad, you're slathered in Vaseline type thing. It's a light type of moisture. I personally really dig it. Don't forget to leave a comment on this video so that I can enter you into my giveaway. Again, that giveaway is going to be running until April 1st, April Fool's Day at 6 p.m. Central Time. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.